Hello and welcome to today's episode of TSARP. I'm your host, Andrew Weir. I do not know what today's episode number is. I was trying to think of it, but we just came back from a long break. Today, our co host is Sam.
Hello.
Lots of cool things happened over break. I'm sad, like, we were thinking about doing a bonus episode, but I was like, I don't know, we could. We decided not to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you might be wondering, why is Steven not here? Even though he's not in every episode, but I figured
He
I would
died.
say it. Um, he's gone. No, he went on an adventure in the Philippines, so he'll be back next week. And he's taken an extended spring break. But
Yes.
he will be back in time for the sixth grade hackathon, which is
Thankfully.
going to be a ton of fun. Um, it's really going to be exciting. So that's cool. Um, so yeah, over break, I guess I'll get into it. We did a lot of things, like I mentioned. One of them was we released the TSARP Easter egg hunt. It's kind of
Of
a mouthful.
2023.
2023 badge made by Sam. So
Woo.
if you don't know what it was, Steven and I were sitting here in the seat I am now, and I was like, egg hunts would be fun. We should make a website so you can hunt eggs. And he's like, that's a cool idea. So then we quickly got to work. He was like, okay, how could we hide the eggs? And he got to work on that. I started coding it, and then we're like, we need Sam. So we called up Sam. We're like, could you make some artwork for us? So we made
I
all the
said
egg artwork,
at
the
first he said
logo.
no.
Yeah, at first he said no, but he made the backgrounds, the eggs, the logo, the badge. So you did a lot of work. It all looks really cool. So we
Thank
all
you.
came together. We made a really cool website, which you can still play. It's still up. I don't know if we'll take it down at some point, because Easter is pretty much over now.
Who
But
cares?
I'll. It's up for today, so you guys can go do it now if you haven't done it yet. You can go onto Code.ly and get a badge there. You just submit an image of all the eggs and the sentence. I mean, technically, if you submit the image, you don't need to submit the sentence, but you do need to submit the image. Um, so yeah, I'll be passing and checking it whenever. So if you submit today or tomorrow or whenever, I'll be there. I'll just check it for you, and you can get the badge.
Yeah.
So yeah, also, I was busy. I made a bunch of websites. I made the TSARP website over break. It's not really that exciting. I figured I would make it because we don't have one. You can click on our episodes from there and any events going on. Our team members, Sam and Steven and me. So yeah, I figured just fun to make one. And then I did some websites, to try to figure out how I could make practicing for the hackathons more efficient. Because Mr. Ferrara really came up with a bunch of ways for the sixth graders and the junior team, to practice, and they're all great. But I wanted to figure out how could we make it a lot easier for the students and a lot easier for like Mr. Ferrara to set up. So I was working on a few of those websites. So yeah,
You did
I've
great,
been
by the
busy.
way. You did great.
Thanks. So Sam, what have you been doing over break?
Um. Well. I mostly been coding this game I've been working on called Total Guys.
Portal guys. When will it come out?
Probably around next year.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a parody of Fall Guys. But like
Portal guys.
2D and like in Scratch. So
Yeah.
like that's a bit hard. But I've
Yeah.
mostly been doing that. Yeah.
If there's someone right for the job, it's definitely Sam. The
I
idea.
I
Yeah,
have
go
more
ahead.
than 100 hours on Fall Guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it started with Joe's game, Joseph La, who's been on the podcast a few times, with his game, Chicken Chaos. And then that's been a running joke, in the Hop Hog Coding Club. Like, when's it coming out? So then
It's
Sam's
not.
like, so he's like, I'll continue it. So now he's working on Turtle Guys. We're waiting for that. We're just waiting on a finished product. I mean, the hype is very large, especially in the Hop Hog Coding Club. So we're
Yes, everyone
excited.
cares so
It
much.
sounds like it's gonna be awesome. But once it's finally released, we'll talk about it a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's exciting. But the next topic, I guess, is I think some of you already know, but Kidoyo's revamping their Python 3 editor. And really, we say Python 3 and it is Python 3, but it's kind of like the all-around Python editor, because there's Python Mini, there's Python 3, and they're kind of combining them because now we have Python Turtles going to be in the Python 3 editor. That's confirmed. And if you go onto CodeLI right now, you can see all the puzzles that Mentor Bo has been posting. And you can do the puzzles on an HTML website, and then it gives you an image. And the images that they released have been really cool. One showed that there's going to be a ton of really cool libraries. The ones already confirmed are Beautiful Soup, T. Kinter, Turtles. Yeah, just a lot. And I bet a lot more than that. Flask. So I can't wait till beta testing starts and we can get our hands on it and really beta test it. Like what Dev has already said, is it's gonna slowly be released. So probably not school communities immediately, maybe, but probably not. Most likely passport communities. The date Dev gave out today was probably like April 28th after the MS Hackathon.
That makes sense.
But yeah, he said that he still has to decide where they're going to release it initially, because there's no point of giving it to kindergartners and not using it, you
Really?
know. So he wants to give it to like the real power users. And I think we got a lot of those in Hop Hog, including myself. Python, we joke around because I never do Scratch. I know Scratch. I can help with
Me.
Scratch. I just don't do it. HTML and Python are definitely my strong suits. But yeah, so that's really exciting. Kidoyo knows how to build the hype for things, and they've definitely been doing that. There's so much they're working on. And all the mentors do a great job of organizing themselves and really working on that. So yeah, so that's exciting. Can't wait for that. Along with the MS Hackathon, less than 2 weeks away now. If you didn't hear us, we announced it before break. We will be there, which is exciting. Again, don't really know how much we'll be doing. We'll be there filming podcast episodes. Hopefully, we'll get to interview some coaches. I know, like the Hop Hog Horizons newsletter wants to interview us. I don't know if we're going to be on the live stream at all. The more that we know, the more we'll release. But yeah, so today the banners also had to be submitted for the 6th grade hackathon, the MS Hackathon. So we submitted ours. I think ours looks pretty good. I think all of them look good. I did not touch it, so I didn't. I saw the finished product, and I mean it looks pretty good. Miniola's already submitted theirs. Bethpage, also Belmore, Merrick, I believe. So yeah, so that's exciting. Or not Belmore, Merrick. I get my schools confused. Really, there's so many. Kidoyo's done a great job at really getting all the school districts and schools involved. So I got to keep track of them in my head. Yeah, there's so many this year, especially for the MS division. I believe it's a little more than ours, the 6th grade, the 6th grade, the 7th grade. Or maybe it's the same. I don't know. I got to do a count. But yeah, so it's exciting. I'm always looking for new info that we can share with you guys. So yeah, and I mean, after the MS, we got the UE, we got the high school. So you'll get all our news from us, of course, but all the Kidoyo news right here every day. And something else that I wanted to mention is we've done the interview with Dev, right? We were talking about maybe once the Python 3 editor is released or something like that, he could come back on, but that's not really planned yet. But I was like, any other mentors interested in coming on one of the episodes talking about how they got interested in coding, how they came about Kidoyo, really what it's like being a mentor, that would be really exciting. There's so many different perspectives, people who work on different things, new mentors, old mentors, not in age, but how long they've been with Kidoyo. So yeah, so that would be exciting. If any mentors interested, at coming on, contact us through Twitter or through Kidoyo. Easiest platform to
Discord,
contact us.
that works for us too.
So yeah, however you want to do it, that would be exciting. Spread the word to other mentors too if you want. But yeah, I think that would be cool to talk to them. The only person from Kidoyo we've had on the podcast is Dev. So anyone who wants to be on, you're welcome to join us. But yeah, so that was a lot of info today. That's always what happens when we get back from break. There's always a ton of stuff to talk about.
Mm.
But yeah, so we will see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye bye.
I